Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a long one. So essentially, the video we're talking about today is this woman was going on a date with this guy who's apparently been hitting her up for weeks. She finally decided to go on a date with him. This was a drink date, which is fairly common. And apparently what happened was she ordered 48 fucking oysters along with an appetizer. Guy didn't like this. He left. And that's where the whole video ends. Whole controversy begins. And now I'll show you the actual video where it took place, and you guys can kind of make up your own opinions, and then we can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, so today I linked with this nigga I met a few weeks ago out with my friends. This nigga been texting me for weeks talking to himself. Why I didn't block him, bitch, I don't know. But today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, can we meet for drinks? And I'm like, yeah, meet me here. They got the best fucking oysters in Atlanta, like, hands down. So I'm like, yes, I can get some content, come on. It's so good. Y'all, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm gonna eat. And I was coming anyway. But I ain't gonna lie. No, I wouldn't have did all that. But I did do all that. They was so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. Oh my God. It was just so good. Like, I had to. It was so good. So after that, I'm like, baby, what's next? What I'm about to eat? These potatoes, they were so good. And the crab cakes, everything was so good. 10, baby. Why the fuck this bitch ass nigga say he going to the bathroom and never come back? The fuck? I'm like, hold the fuck on. It's been like 10, 20, 30 minutes, bitch. What the fuck this nigga at? Had to end up grabbing a tab, bitch. Nigga left me with his little one fucking drink. Yeah, bitch, I'm so glad bitch keep me some money, cause what? That was crazy to me. And I said, bitch, you run out on the tab. He talking about, I'm offering you to drink. The fuck are you talking about, bitch?
So she says in the beginning that she could have blocked this guy a long time ago, but she didn't, which I think is the very first red flag, that she wants to use this motherfucker for his money because she was bored.
Why I didn't block him? Bitch, I don't know.
You didn't have to go on this date. You could have just stayed home or did something else. If this guy was talking to himself in your messages the entire time and you weren't interested at all, you could have easily blocked him and not had to worry about it, yet you decided to go on a date with him. What sense does that make, other than, I want to use him for a free meal? And it's not even just that she used him for a free meal, she ordered an excessive amount of food, slopping the whole fucking time, and recording it with her camera flash, which obviously is extremely disrespectful, especially when you expect the other person to pay for it. Who in their right fucking mind does some grimy ass shit like this? It's disgusting. A lot of people are making fun of her for it, as they should, but there are also some people that are defending her, which is weird. Like, I'll talk about a video that I saw defending her a little bit later in the video, so if you guys want to stick around for that, you can. So at the very end of that clip, as you guys saw, essentially she goes, leaving during the tab is crazy, and he's like, well, I just invited you out for drinks. I didn't really expect to get all that food, which is why I left, but I will still cover the charge for the drinks, which is honestly really fucking nice of him, considering, according to the video, it looks like he didn't really drink shit. He still offered to pay for her drinks. So seemingly we have a decent guy in our hands that just wanted a shot, and she treated him like shit, which is wild. On a date, what you're supposed to do, you both order food or you both order drinks, and I understand people saying, well, she ordered food, and most dates, this is what's going to happen. Even if you're getting alcohol, most people want to get food with their alcohol, which is completely understandable, and maybe he wouldn't have minded that. I have no idea. All I'm saying is that it's probably the excessive amount of food in the recording that threw him off and made him leave. I don't think it was anything else. And the fact that she uploaded this, thinking that people were going to agree with her, is insane. Like, nobody in their right mind is going to agree with you for being a shitty person. Using somebody for their money and food when you have genuinely no interest in them whatsoever, and then getting mad at them when they leave for the bill when they never ordered any of that shit, it was all you, after you expected them to pay for it, is completely understandable. If that was me, I would have said I was going to the bathroom and fucking left too, except I wouldn't have even messaged you back afterwards. If the part about the guy messaging her a lot is true, he should not have done that. That's fucking creepy. Just don't do that. That's really, really odd. Weird behavior. But she could have blocked him. Like she said in the beginning of the video. Just blocked him. Been done with it. But she didn't do that. She decided to go on the date with this guy anyway, which is where all this shit starts. In the video, she sounds hella fucking grimy, which, what a surprise, right? I mean, clearly she has money. I mean, she paid for the bill with her own card. So, I mean, makes sense. You order that much shit and then expect the other person to pay for it when they hardly even know you and you're not even talking to them and you're just recording the whole thing, nobody's going to want to do that. Nobody's going to want to stoop down to that level and be like, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet and pay for this shit. Fuck no, and fuck you. I will genuinely never understand people like this. Why would you do that? And why would you post that? You just make yourself look stupid. I guess people really have a knack for making themselves look ridiculous online, because holy fuck, are people doing it in abundance nowadays. Also, oysters, dude? What the fuck? Ew. Disgusting. I already don't like seafood, but just listening to her slurp that shit makes me hate it even more now. So bare bones, should the guy have paid? No, I don't think so. I don't think he had any obligation to pay. And I think a lot of women come into these dates expecting them to pay for whatever the fuck they want to get, which should not be the mindset at all. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos where this does happen, and it baffles me every single time because there's no reason for you to feel entitled. Again, yes, most guys are going to pay for you on the first date, which is completely okay. But when you order in abundance or try to get a crazy amount of shit, it's understandable when the guy just doesn't want to do that. Keep in mind, these are grown-ass adults who should know their way around these kind of things by now, but apparently don't for some reason. Just don't be a bad person. Don't use people. I mean, it's pretty easy not to do those things, so the fact that they're getting caught up in it is just weird. Act your age. Like, holy shit, man. I don't usually talk about things that actually aggravate me very often, but this is one of the very few cases where it does piss me off. So after the lady getting 48 oysters and expecting the guy to pay for all of them when she didn't even want to go on a date with him in the first place, makes the whole TikTok or whatever. Somebody stitches it, and I found this on TikTok. She gives her 2 cents, and it's honestly baffling. I say it's baffling because it's just such an insanely delusional take that I really don't even have words to describe how ridiculous it is. Just so you guys know, the entire clip is about 3 minutes long, so I chopped it up so it's a little more digestible for you guys at home, and you guys can follow along a little bit easier and get basically all the information. Everything else she said was pretty much useless. It doesn't matter. These got all the points across, so we'll meet up at the end.
First of all, this is hilarious, okay? And I really feel like, good for you. Now, to all the women who are going to be like, what? Good for her. You know you had no business going on no date and eating almost 50 oysters, slurping them down like you ain't never been nowhere. Girl. And let me tell you why. I know she did that. When a man is stalking you like that, you really ain't trying to date him anyway. And she knew that. She knew she wasn't seriously interested in him because he wouldn't have had to been pressing her for a date. The only reason you did that is because you really wanted him to pay for that date. And I ain't talking about financially. You felt like as much as he was pressing you for that date, yeah, make it worth my while, my time. And I feel like for him, that's what you get. What do you mean you was inviting her out for drinks and she was ordering food? Y'all problem is y'all be expecting women to get drunk and loose. I don't know what grown man thinks that he's going to take a woman out for drinks and she's not supposed to have any food with her alcohol. But you had multiple drinks, all this, and you supposed to be giving bougie. $11 is not bougie. It's broke. Not saying you're broke, but that's broke bum behavior. And he's an even bigger, broke bum for leaving you with the tab. And that's what he get. You mad because she did all of that and you ain't get no ass in the end.
So she made some decent points, you know, and she kind of goes after both of them a little bit, but she calls him a quote-unquote broke bum because he left her with the tab instead of paying for the whole thing because he invited her out for drinks and didn't get ass in the end. Let me explain why that's fucking insane. So I say this because if he invited her out for drinks like he said, I understand that food is more than likely going to be a factor almost every single time, which is fine. But when that happens, you don't expect somebody to order 48 fucking oysters along with an appetizer and your drinks as well. Not even just that, she had her camera out slurping the whole fucking time with her flash on. Incredibly disrespectful. And you expect this man to sit here, watch all this happen, and then pay for the tab at the end. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you serious? Is that really how you think this should go? When in this entire video did it indicate that he only wanted her to get drunk so he can get a piece of ass? That's nothing more than speculation and accusations coming on your end, and you don't even fucking know that. You're saying all this because for some reason you want to side with her. I just don't understand why what she did was fucked up and irresponsible. She clearly had the money to pay for her own shit, and I understand going on a date, the guy's going to pay for you most of the time because it's a respectful thing to do, absolutely. But when a girl goes crazy like this, essentially uses him for a free meal because she felt like she was entitled to it, is nuts. She could have easily said, you know what, I don't want to go on this date, I'm going to block his number. In the beginning of the original video, she could have blocked him. She even says that. Why didn't I block him? I don't know. She decided to come out on this date. Her own conscious free will, she decided to do that. And then use this fucking guy. Yet you want to sit here and say, good on you? Fuck you. It's disgusting behavior, and it's weird to see anybody sticking up for her like that. You say if she really wants to go on a date with you, then she will. And what did she do? She went on the date with him. So, what does that even mean? I mean, according to your logic, she wants to be with him, right? She went on that date. Regardless of if he was pestering her or not, she still decided to go. She still decided to not block him and keep in contact with him. So, where's your point? I don't understand. A majority of the time when you take a girl out on a date, you're not going to have to deal with some bullshit like that. Because the entitlement is unreal. Like, did she really expect him to pay for all that? He's not a broke bum for not wanting to pay for 48 oysters and an appetizer and her drinks. And the guy was still nice enough to pay for the drinks because that's what he wanted to do originally. There's no proof he wanted to get her drunk and do things with her and he got mad and left because he didn't get ass. I think he got mad and left because the amount of food that she was getting and not paying attention to him and recording the whole fucking time. Again, your speculative headcanon bullshit is disgusting because you're just making an assumption that because he's a guy, oh, he didn't get any ass, that's why he got mad and left. What? People in the comments, mostly women, by the way, saying, girl, this, oh my god, yeah. No, not oh my god, yeah. What is wrong with you guys? You must have a screw loose or an entire portion of your brain missing to listen to this and be like, you know what? This is facts. And I'm not going to sit here and say everything she said was bullshit. It's not. She literally said in the beginning of the video that the girl had no business ordering 50 oysters and an appetizer or whatever, which is absolutely correct. Nobody does. I don't give a fuck who you are. Ordering 50 oysters on the first date you don't even want to go to is wild. Especially when you don't even like the guy. You're using him for his money, which is scummy in and of itself. There's really no way to justify this kind of behavior, so the fact that she tried to do it and say, well, I know what she's trying to do. Fuck what she's trying to do or why she wanted to do it. It was still wrong regardless. Not good for her, not good for anybody. Good on him, actually, for leaving. I don't know if he was actually spam texting her. She doesn't seem to be a very reliable narrator. The only thing that we can really go off of are the video clips and the text at the end. So for all we know, maybe he wasn't even spamming her. I have no idea. And even if he was, yes, that's weird and he shouldn't have done that, but the block button is really fucking close. It's a few clicks away and you won't have to deal with him anymore. Yet she decided to keep him unblocked, probably because whenever she wanted to use him and get bored, there he was. And the thing is, normal people are basically saying, yeah, she shouldn't have done that. I don't think anybody with an actual brain is saying, yeah, he's an awful person for walking out. Is he really? I mean, she wasn't paying attention to him clearly. If you're sitting there with your camera flash on, recording you slurping all these fucking oysters, clearly you're not paying attention to your date. And even if you were, it's disrespectful to order that much food and expect him to pay for it. Fuck your time. It's not valuable if you're not there for the right reasons. If you're on a date because you genuinely are interested in getting to know them, then your time is valuable for sure. But if you're only there to get a free meal, then fuck your time. Why should anybody but you care about it? What do you guys think? I don't know. I just think it's grimy. And I'm not very surprised by it, but it's a shame, really. And again, the comment section is a shame, too, just because people are for some reason agreeing with it. And again, it's mostly just women. What a surprise. Women are agreeing with the other women doing shitty things. Who would have saw that coming? I praise the actual women who are not assholes and don't do things like this. I love you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good night. See ya.